Today, we're going to reflect on just a single piece of ancient wisdom. It's something that I think holds a really practical key to finding a little more peace in our pretty stressful modern lives. So, let's dive right in.
Okay, so here it is. This is the seed of wisdom for our reflection today. It comes from the book of Proverbs, right in the Old Testament. It says, "A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." You know, it sounds simple, but it's so profound, isn't it? It's like this perfect statement of spiritual cause and effect. It really lays out a choice that we face in, well, every conversation, but especially the difficult ones.
But, and this is the big but, right? How on earth do we actually do that in a heated moment? I mean, it's easy to nod along and agree with this when everything's calm, but when you're feeling that anger rise, when tensions are high, living it out is a totally different story. So how do we bridge that gap? Well, to figure that out, let's look at where this wisdom comes from. Yeah, this isn't just some nice-sounding quote you'd see on a coffee mug. This is a piece of wisdom that's been treasured, studied, and passed down for literally centuries. It's got these incredibly deep roots in our spiritual tradition, a tradition that really understood its power to steer us towards peace and away from all that conflict.
So its source is the Old Testament, and from there it really became a cornerstone of Catholic wisdom. It was championed by these incredible figures, the Desert Fathers. These were early Christian monks who went out into the desert to find, real spiritual depth. And for these masters of the spiritual life, this idea of meekness in speech, it wasn't about being a doormat, no way. It was a sign of incredible spiritual strength, the kind of strength that was modeled on Christ himself.
Let's really think about what this proverb is telling us. It's like it's painting a picture of every tense conversation as a fork in the road. And the words we choose, they're what determine which path we're going to go down. And make no mistake, those two paths lead to very different places.
This really lays it out, doesn't it? It's almost like a spiritual equation. You've got the harsh word on one side. That's like throwing gasoline on a fire. It just stirs up anger, makes everything worse. But then you have the gentle answer. That's like pouring water on the flames. It doesn't fight back. It just turns the wrath away. It calms the whole situation down. And the outcome? It's a direct result of the choice we make. And this is such a key point. Choosing to be gentle is not a passive thing. It's not weakness. It's not about just giving in. It is an active, conscious, and really powerful spiritual practice. It's about intentionally choosing peace over that burning desire to be right. And that, right there, is an act of real humility. Okay, so how do we actually do this in the real world? Let's break it down into a simple 3-step process you can use. First things first. When you feel that anger, that defensiveness rising up, just pause. Seriously, create a little bit of space between what happened and how you're about to respond. Step 2, in that little space you just created, make a conscious choice. Choose meekness over wrath. And then finally, step 3, from that intentional place, you offer the gentle word.
So, why bother with all this? It sounds like hard work, right? Well, it is. But the results? Let's call it the spiritual harvest, are just so worth it. We're talking about the actual, tangible good things, the fruit that this practice brings into our lives.
And the rewards are just profound. You see, gentleness doesn't just sidestep a fight, it actively turns away wrath. It protects and preserves peace when it feels like it's about to shatter. And maybe most importantly of all, it helps restore harmony to our relationships. It can actually heal those little fractures and cracks that conflict always seems to create. Look, making this a real habit takes practice. It takes real intention. And one of the most powerful tools we have for building any kind of spiritual habit is prayer. So I'd like to offer you a really simple prayer. Think of it as a tool you can use to carry this intention with you, throughout your day. Let's just sit with this for a moment. It's just a simple request for help. Father, tame my tongue to respond with gentleness. It's an admission, really, that we can't always do this on our own. Restore harmony in my relationships. That part keeps our eyes on the prize, on the beautiful goal we're working toward. Amen.
So I'll leave you with a question to carry with you. As you go about your day, your week, just think about it. Where in your life, maybe in your family or at work, or even with your friends, where is peace just waiting for your gentle answer?